And on the right, we have Maverick. That would be Maverick Mike.
I'm gonna have to turn these around.
Sure. Okay, that is a hedge maze to start the game. Serval. Tyler Goblin Grandee has subbed with Prime 36 months. That's a new badge. Been a blast following since 2020. Yes, Tyler Goblin Grandee has been with us since the early days. We love it that you're here, Tyler. Thank you. Tyler's one of our best people. All right, so a Daze on a Green Sun Zenith. And the Hedge Mage is replayed. Tropical Island. Green Sun Zenith X is 1. We've seen some blue splashes in Maverick these days. I wonder why. Okay, force pitching Lorien revealed, getting aggressive on these Green Sun Zeniths so far. A Daze to protect. Oh my goodness. Okay, I did not expect that. So Green Sun Zenith will resolve. X was 1.
Yep.
Delighted Halfling selected. It's on the board.
Yep.
Okay, firing off a Wasteland. Savannah down. Delighted Halfling all on its own. Yeah, the Daze was unexpected. I would not have expected that. Gadok Teague. All right. Can't be countered. It's a legend.
It's non-creature spells, right? 5 or more.
Yep.
For life. Sure.
Yep.
Okay, a Ponder for Ed. That's just fine. Gadok Teague only cares about non-creature spells, mana value 4 or greater, or with X in the casting costs. Yeah, and the Teague on curve, technically. Exactly.
Good.
I don't know how the people of the chat and the YouTube comments feel, but I'm kind of happy Delighted Halfling is seeing a little bit more play in Legacy these days. I like that card. Kind of a neat deck building thing with the legendary attacking here. With the legendary required for its second ability. All right, there's a Hedge Maze now for Mike.
Thinking.
Is this the best start from Bat Maverick for this matchup? Possibly. I mean, the Gadok Teague shuts off the mana value 4 and up stuff, so the Lorien reveals, the murderous cuts, the force of wills, etc. So I think we can assume, looking at this current board, that Nadu is in this Maverick deck. Question is that going to be a key part of how this game ends? Up the Beanstalk. What role will Nadu play in this match? PVDH says, Beanstalk, what is this, 2023? Is Beanstalk still on the watch list? Does anybody know? What's on the watch list now? Stickers still on there? All right, another legend, Lavinia this time.
Always see.
Wasteland on the Underground Sea, pass the turn. So Lavinia and Gadok Teague on the board, two of the most famous legendary creatures in all of Legacy. Gotta hype it up a little bit. Day says the watchlist is not real, it can't hurt you. You know what? That's a great point. That's a great point.
It's non-creature.
Okay, Murktide is a creature, so it will get through Gadok Teague here, but chances are Maverick Mike will be able to remove it. We'll see. It's a 6/6 Murktide. Talia lover seething, yeah. Yeah. Don't see much Guardian of Thraben these days in Legacy. I mean, it's around, but it's dipped down a little bit. Okay, no white mana available currently, so 6/6 Murktide gets in. I don't know that Mike has a Swords to Plowshares in hand necessarily, but no white mana means it can't be cast anyway. Does the Maverick deck run Stifle? I'm not sure what exactly is in Mike's deck, but probably not. All right, there's Gaia's Cradle, which is not really relevant at the moment, I don't think. All right, here's an Orcish Bowmaster. Nothing to shoot down on the board.
I'll just ping you.
All the creatures on the board have 2 toughness. So it looks like the 6/6 Murktide will continue swinging away. Okay, and a Psychic Frog past the turn. It looks like Ed is holding a copy of Force of Will, but it can't really be used right now. Thanks to both Lavinia and Gadok Teague. Okay, so there's a Misty Rainforest that could potentially unlock white mana and remove Murktide.
Cycle. Yep. How many cards do you have?
4 cards in hand for Ed.
Yep.
With the possibility of Stifle in Ed's deck, cracking Misty to Swords Murktide now seems like a decent choice. Could stifle the cracking of the Misty. All right, passing the turn. It's possible Mike just doesn't even have a Swords. I don't know. Looks like only one card in Ed's graveyard right now. The rest is in exile. So Psychic Frog will need some extra ammo to fly. But it's possible Ed has plenty of cards in hand to discard that can't really be used at the moment. Okay, swinging with everybody. Which could be another way to end this game. Fetch. Scary. Alright, fetch goes through. Finds a Savannah. Ed is casting something? No. Okay, so discarding 2 cards to the frog. So I guess Mike has passed priority back. Frog getting activated to gain flying. Okay, so there were 2 cards in the graveyard. I was wrong. So now the Psychic Frog flies.
That's on the stack.
Okay, so the flying ability is on the stack. Swords on the Murktide before it can gain a counter, it looks like. Nope, we're going after swords. Okay, swords on the Murktide. For a second, I thought Mike pointed out the frog. Okay, it looks like both the Orc Army and Bowmaster are getting blocked. Psychic Frog has flying at the moment. And we're going to discard 3 to finish off Mike here. Yeah? All right. So Psychic Frog gets through for the kill. I'm liking the frog. Card's legit. Haven't been playing it myself. I don't even own any copies, but I've played against it quite a bit. Okay, turn 1 delighted halfling from Mike. It's going to resolve. So Mike on the play here for game 2. Maybe the white mana came a little bit short in game 1. Hedge Maze. Surveil. Keep it on top. Pass to turn. Bristly Bill. I think this is the first time we're seeing Bristly Bill on stream. This is a card from Thunder Junction that, frankly, a lot of people don't even know exists. But it's a relevant card. Legendary creature. It's a plant, druid, landfall ability. Whenever a land enters, plus almost one counter on target creature. 3 and 2 green, double the amount of plus almost one counters on each creature you control. And yes, you were supposed to have this card memorized. So a little bit of a legendary creature theme here in this Maverick deck we've seen so far. And yeah, Delusional Kraut, correct. This has been a staple of some Nadu decks in Legacy, Bristly Bill. All right, here's up the Beanstalk.
That's good.
Child's like Bill, right? Yeah. So you still had 5 toughness, right now.
And 7 on the finish.
And step fetch from Mike.
Good.
Good old Bristly Bill. Is Bristly Bill going to be in the thumbnail? I don't know. Giant Tundra. Tundra is going to trigger landfall. I'm not doing the YouTube faces. I'm not doing it.
2 cards in hand?
I refuse.
And still 3. Yeah, still 3. Creature, sorcery, instant. You're at 18.
So Bristly Bill has given up some counter to both himself and the Delighted Halfling, it looks like. Bristly Bill will continue being bristly.
Come back. 3. Controller.
Bristly Bill gets in for 3. 3 mana. Nadu, it's the bird, can't be countered.
2 attacks.
So the world famous Nadu Winged Wisdom is on the board. The bird's the word. If you've been following Modern and Legacy recently, you know that Nadu kind of dominated the Modern Pro Tour, Modern Horizons 3, and is probably going to result in something being banned in Modern. But in Legacy, it feels like, so far, at least from my point of view, just a healthy addition to the format. I don't see it being a huge problem in Legacy so far. I don't see it really as a problem at all. Here's Pernicious Deed. That could be a way to clean up the board. Not too bad.
6.
Yeah, seems super fine with everything else going on in Legacy right now. Okay, here's Lavinia back again. Zorius Renegade. Pernicious Deed is a little bit of a problem here. I think Ed would be willing to lose this up the Beanstalk if we can clear this board. Lavinia might have its days be numbered. All right, so a land drop will trigger Bristly Bill. I was wondering if Mike was going to drop a Wasteland here. Endurance on top. Okay. I wonder. I mean, if you just hold the Lavinia in hand till after the Pernicious Deed detonates, that could be better potentially, but I don't know what the plan is here. I mean, it's kind of, based on the current board, it looks like a detonation of Pernicious Deed might lead to Ed having to tap out for a turn. All right, attacking for 7. So it's likely that Pernicious Deed will have to be detonated. I don't see a way for Ed to not blow it up on this next turn. Oh, Force of Vigor. Now pitching Endurance. Gonna detonate in response? I'm not sure.
Jump.
One card, right?
If you wait, the Pernicious Deed will have to be detonated eventually. Your hope could be that Ed will decide for whatever reason not to detonate. Maybe fire off a murderous cut on Nadu or something, draw a card, and try to hold at the current life total, and then on end step Force of Vigor. But the Force of Vigor did not really have a great function in that spot, it doesn't look like.
Why are you three? Alright, I just fetched. I'm getting it.
Okay, Hedge Maze knocked out now with a Wasteland.
This is the last thing you tested?
Yep. Yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up the sequence. You got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe wait until end of turn for the Force of Vigor in hopes that Ed will lock down some number of lands that the detonate doesn't kill Nadu or something like that. Make Ed pass the turn with 3 mana up. And even then, maybe you don't even fire off the Force of Vigor. If Ed has 3 lands open on end step and passes the turn, maybe just go take your turn and go to combat, make them detonate, hold Force of Vigor and Endurance for later, and drop a creature on the board. If that Force of Vigor was available when Pernicious Deed was played, before Ed can untap, that would have been a good time for it to blow it up before it can be used. Okay, Carpet of Flowers. Swinging for 2. Carpet of Flowers is going to make 1 mana. Interesting that Carpet of Flowers was brought in here. All right, Witherbloom Command. Going to drain and probably get a land.
My game and mail and return a land. Sure. On me.
You got it. Wouldn't it work with the cage anyway?
Return waste.
That was tough.
Wasteland, pretty good. Shuts off the Carpet of Flowers now, which is awkward.
Turned off all my reanimates.
Yeah, it started
my
off great.
bottle too. I was all.
It started off great with that Ancient Tomb into the 2 only hate artifacts I had.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do much after that. And that last turn, I put the Cavern off to the side, like I'm gonna play with Lackey for that. And then I just forgot.
Looks like another copy of Witherbloom Command is in hand, along with a Murderous Cut and maybe another Carpet of Flowers. I'm not sure bringing in Carpet of Flowers was great here for Ed. I mean, it's mostly a pretty dead card, I feel like. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. We know Mike has blue mana, but it's just not super powerful in this matchup. I mean, you like Carpet of Flowers against heavy blue decks.
In my hands. Like all the good targets.
Is there any thought to trading the Bogger?
All right, here's Mother of Runes. Yeah, I'm not related to Mike B, but I am in the background of the recording talking to somebody else. I'm playing at the adjacent table.
Yeah. When he alpha with the Bowmaster
I think he had a frog, and I was afraid he would just discard and then change the amount of types.
All right, up the Beanstalk. Gonna ping Mother of Runes. Legolas's Quick Reflexes.
Now, what types he had, but if he had like a Mishra's Bottle in hand or something,
I
it's
don't
blown out.
I don't land. Because there's no land.
I know split second. Hex split freeze.
I forgot the exact situation, but I didn't feel like it was smart to block.
I think in that situation, or it doesn't count.
I think it's
You're
counter.
behind enough on the board. I don't think you're gonna come around.
So maybe, right?
It's still, yeah. Do you guys know, like, if I try to bowmaster his mom and he Legoloses, does my orc army
don't
still
get the-
grow?
no,
I
No,
don't
it's
know.
counter. Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit of a judge call there, asking the adjacent table where I'm sitting. What happens when the Bowmaster ability is countered? Do we still get the amass? The answer is no. Nothing wrong with checking on that. So the Bowmaster and Orc Army come in. Mother of Runes loses summoning sickness.
Because I saw a blue-black scam list 5-0'd, and the name was like Herman and like 3 more letters. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's Herman from.
There's a lot of fake Hermans. This is the real Herman.
When I first started playing, there's this moto player.
All right, so a ponder for Ed, who has a murderous cut, but now Mother of Runes is online. Be curious to see if we go to attacks, what happens.
No. My name's unique enough that I dodged that.
Yeah. I think my graduating class, it was, I don't know how many kids it was, but
I think
it was like 7.
All right, so attacking for 3, 2 Bowmasters and an Orc Army. Could potentially block and activate. Going to block a Bowmaster.
There was even a class I had where like sitting to my right and sitting.
So it looks like we're going to activate Mother of Runes. Try and give it pro black. Does Ed respond with a kill spell? We're on the edges of our seats. 3 cards in hand. Maybe worried about another copy of Legolas's Quick Reflexes or Veil of Summer or something. But going to Murderous Cut in response before it gains pro black from its own ability. And try and get it off the board here. All right, Mother Runes down. Murderous Cutted. Take 2.
All right. I accept.
Ed will fetch. Looking for a duel. And there is the frog, Psychic Frog, folks. Are you excited?
He's so good. He's like,
But you don't have ways to like.
End step swords on the Psychic Frog. Frog down.
Oh, no enchantments.
I'll actually, yeah, I'll just put your thing so I
Throw
can.
an Narset in there.
yeah.
Okay, discarding a carpet of flowers to gain an extra life from the swords. Pass the turn.
And the interaction with the frog and Goy. Yeah. They would like pitch it, possibly pumping 2.
Yeah. Played some practice games we knew earlier. And like,
Okay, Green Sun Zenith is countered. X was 1. Pass the turn.
Rigor to throw Murktide. It's just
Mike's life total dwindling down. 3 power on the board for Ed.
For like more removal plus more times. So I was like going back and forth last night when I played this deck. I was like, I don't know which way to go. I feel like
Murktide.
alongside Frog and Mega,
That gets a handshake. The game is over. Ed gets the match. GG's.